Yep, looking down the runway. Hold it, hold it, hold it. You forgot how to fly since you've been gone.
How's it going, everyone? I'm Nathan Foster, and it has been a long time. A very long time. Too long, in fact. Now, my flights were not this far apart, but I definitely had some time in between my last flight video and this flight right here. I've heard it said not to have gaps in your flight training. After doing this flight, I completely understand why. I was extremely rusty. This video is just going to show you some of my stall training and my botched landings. If you want to see everything else, you can watch the long version, unedited, mostly. A link to that video will be in the description.
Everything's looking good. You ready?
Let's do it. Nice job. Don't forget to verify that everything's green.
Right, okay.
Full throttle, green, green, RPM's good. Airspeed's alive, and rotate.
That was really loud, whatever that was.
I know, I think it was my thing.
Okay.
I didn't know if you heard that.
Oh yeah, I definitely heard that.
You're probably gonna get that on your video.
All right, so now we're ascending.
Could be an airplane below you, 1,800 feet, somewhere down there.
Okay. How's that ride right there? Okay.
Right, you got the controls.
I have controls.
You got the controls. Something that I could feel right off the bat is try to trim it out in slow flight. 65, power to idle.
Power is at idle.
Okay, and then pitch up to the horizon.
Okay.
And we'll see you get the full stall out of this.
All right.
Right there. A little right rudder. There's the indication. There's the full stall.
That sounded like a dead cat.
Yeah, it sure did. Right rudder. A lot of right rudder.
A lot of right rudder, right.
Then don't look inside. Look outside.
Okay.
There's the indication. There's the full stall.
Okay, sweet.
That one you can see how much right rudder you need.
Yeah.
Always expect
that was a
right
lot.
rudder.
It's all the torque the engine's putting into it.
Yep.
Oh, find a place to land.
Yeah, pull out the checklist real quick.
Okay. All right.
This is where I started to not feel well. I had not eaten enough, drank enough, or gotten enough sleep. All of those things combined resulted in me feeling sluggish, parched, and motion sick. If I was flying solo, a seasoned pilot would have considered this a dangerous situation. If you're going to fly, always make sure you are physically and mentally rested and prepared. At this point in the lesson, Dan started going over emergency procedures. He had asked me to study them at the end of our last lesson. That lesson was a month before this flight, and I had only skimmed over emergency procedures. If your instructor tells you you should look over something, though it may sound like it, it's not a suggestion. I had to pull out the checklist for every emergency procedure, and I should have had them memorized. If you want to see everything I'm talking over right now, I have a full-length version of this flight linked in the description. Well, I guess it's time to tell on myself and show you what a very rusty student pilot trying to land looks like.
A little high, just throttle back, more flaps. The throttle back, we're still high. Add some more flaps. Chesapeake 212, final runway 5, Chesapeake.
All right, flaps all the way.
There you go.
65.
Pitch for 65, power for altitude, just like slow flight.
All right.
As soon as you start getting the red lights, you can add some throttle. good, looking good. Not a lot, really small.
Yeah, that would.
Don't overcorrect.
That did a lot.
Bring the power out.
Pulling it out.
All the way out.
Okay, all the way out.
And we'll let it float, let it float. Eyes down the runway. A little more nose up.
Chesapeake, you got any clips yet at Naldi for the ILS? We'll be making a low approach only, single engine, and departing to the west, Chesapeake.
You have controls.
Too much balloon there.
Yeah, that was a lot.
He's on a 2-mile final, subway final at
Chesapeake 212 is going around. There you go. Alright, speed looks good. Right on the approach path. Look at that.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Now to hold approach path, add a touch of throttle. I'm talking very minimal. Very small changes in here.
Okay.
So bring it. You're kind of adjusting as necessary.
More flaps.
255 to Quebec, downwind runway 5, just full stop.
There we go.
Now remember your flaps, if you put more in, you got to push more.
Yep, I wasn't pushing enough.
We feel it sink in, so add a little throttle. Yep, nice job. Everything in here is real small. A little too slow, so more push, more power. Whew. Alright, bring the power out. Yep, looking down the runway. Hold it. Don't slam it.
Sorry. That was a little bounce.
Driver 255 to Quebec, turning left base runway 5, full stop, Chesapeake.
So we'll get off here.
Yeah.
You're all over the place today.
Oh, man.
You forgot to fly since you've been gone.
I hope you liked this video. Considering you're still here, I'm going to assume you did. I'm still working on my funding for flight training, so if you would like to support me, I have a link to my Give, Send, Go in the description. I'm considering making a Patreon, but I'm unsure. Would you like to see a Patreon for this channel? If so, what would you like to see on it? Behind the scenes, tips and tricks, or something else? Now, I'm curious, since you've watched my hard landing, have you had any hard landings in flight training? Does this make you nervous to try? Or does this encourage you knowing your instructor is right there to help? Let me know in the comments. Well, that's it for me. Until the next video, love ya. Nathan out.